Put me in the lab, watch me cook up like a chef. Don't tell me I can't ball, cause boy you ain't no ref. Making plate after plate after plate on our Steph.
Hey y'all, it's Dale again. Hey, I'm coming from downtown Prattville, Alabama. Y'all, it's beautiful out here. It is beautiful out here. And I wish you were here with me. So, y'all, I've got a title for today's video, and I have a very short story. So today's title is, and it's kind of long, I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door. Yep, you heard it right. I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door. And I bet you're saying, Dale, what in the world are you talking about? So check this out. A little short story. So my mom is a very colorful person. I would say that there is no doubt that I'm my mother's son. Because I have been told by people that, you know what, Dale, you can tell some stories. So I want to say this. My mother reminisces about a friend of her family. She was actually friends of my grandmother. And today, that person would be known as a nanny. So this older lady in our community used to periodically come to my grandmother's house, and she would help with my grandmother's children. My mom, her brothers, her sisters, and her name was Miss Fanny. So based on what my mom has told me, Miss Fanny was also a very colorful, energetic lady. And she always had these stories to tell. And so Miss Fanny had a saying, I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door. So long and short of it is, I thought about what my mom had said about Miss Fanny. And I said, you know what? I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door than put up with and accept what is being put out in the world. Y'all, we've been so desensitized, some of us have, that we have lowered our standards as God's people in order to appease the world. I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door than violate what God has set forth for me. I'm just that serious about it. You know, I was having a conversation about standards yesterday with my wife. And I said to her, I said, hey, look, what is going on? Why are people behaving like this and accepting any and everything for the sake of not offending people, for the sake of just like, okay, being ho-hum? Well, that's the way it is. I guess we're going to move on with that and accept that. No, we don't. I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door than accept a standard that's beneath what God would have us to be. You feel me? You feel me? There's too much that the world is putting forth that we just say, oh, well, that's the way it is. But one thing we're not realizing, when we're not standing and we're not taking a stand, even in our families, don't you know that you're letting the world have a foothold in your family, in your household? I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door than let any and everything just be, okay, we're going to let this happen. No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm not here to win friends. I'm not here to win favor from the world. We're going to hold to the standard. And this is coming from a person that is imperfect, that is flawed, that's a sinner. But we all know right from wrong. So we got to stand on something. We've got to stand on God. Stand on God. And that means ain't no child in my household gonna boss me or run me. Ain't nobody in the world gonna boss and run me. The standard is God. We don't leave the standard. What we do is we set the standard. We set the standard, y'all. No, I'm not gonna be talking about folks. No, I'm not gonna be lying on folks. No, I'm not gonna be stealing. No, I don't have no business out there in no bar or no nightclub. I would rather lay on the floor and cover up with the door than accept the weakness and the treachery of the world. So you keep that in mind, family. It's Dale again. This has been my message today. God love you. God keep you. Be faithful. Be encouraged. God's going to always be there for you. Don't forget to pray. Don't be ashamed to pray. Because you know what? That's our line of communication with the Father. In the midst of having trouble in our lives, where the world is challenging us, we've got to continuously go to the Lord in prayer. We've got to seek good counsel so we can make it over. Y'all, our goal is to finish strong. We're not here to conform to the world. The world needs to be conforming to us that are believers, those that love Christ, those who love the Lord, those that say, for God I live, for God I die. For God I live, for God I die. So with that being said, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to these videos. God bless you and keep you. Peace.
Just look at me and see this greatness on the ground like at a crime scene is evidence. Watch the Holy Spirit shake up your residence, get some reverence. All these blessings round and round, and the way that they ain't heaven sent. They ain't believe in us, but God did. Pushing the